All right, here we go. We'll get this party started so that I'll be respectful of you guys' time. We're going to try to keep it around 30 minutes. But thank you guys for so much for jumping on live. It truly does mean so much, as I know life is crazy and it's a holiday and Hillary's got to go into work. I know everybody else has been working. So thank y'all so much. Again, huge shout out to LaShara for going Emerald this past Thursday. So exciting. That's huge, you guys. As you know, we've talked about before, when you do that, it's the foundation for your business. It means you are growing your own team by signing your own coaches. You're opening up that extra avenue of income through team cycle bonuses. And although while you may not see it instantly, you'll see like the $14, maybe 2 or 3 cycles, but hey, $14, that's a meal. But as you continue to grow your team and you're benefiting from other coaches placed up under you, it is a beautiful thing. And as you're continuing to grow, you'll see like 80% of your income coming from that, which is awesome. So congrats again to her. That is huge. If you guys have not checked your Coach Online for your coach news, the breaking news, you should do that because in the last couple of days, there's been some big things. Like tomorrow, if y'all have not got on the opt-in list for the Success Club trip for 2020, do that because general registration, they're going to start sending out emails tomorrow. And you guys, I've always said I will never ever go on another trip by myself. Like, you deserve to be there. It will rock your world like you do when you sign up. Now, you do have to pay a $300 deposit, but if you bust your butt and you earn that trip, you legit get a full trip paid for free, like for you and somebody else that you can take with you. So we're going back to Punta Cana next year, staying at the Hard Rock. Beautiful, all the free food, drinks, anything for free for what is usually 4 nights, 5 days. Not to mention, like, you're working out live with the trainers, you have the photo ops, they'll have free Shakeology bars, like crazy. Unlike anything I've ever done. And they'll have like massive parties at night. I can't even explain it. You have to be there. So speaking of that, that's like all the fun and celebration. Summit this summer, you have to be there. It's fun and celebration too. There are also had the sessions during the day, and it's tiring. So if you have not got your ticket yet, get it now while it's $155. Save that $140. That only goes to the 31st of this month. So do that, coachsummit.com. And then again, y'all got the email from me, or you should have in the post about the page. A few of you have already sent me money for the down payment. So thank you so much for that, because I did book it. So yay, I was so scared. It was literally the last house within walking distance. And I learned the hard way last year. We drove before like 10 minutes, and just being able to walk and knowing you're going from the sessions, some people might want to go grab something to eat. It makes it so much easier to be within walking distance. So yeah, that's $250 a person for the entire week, Wednesday to Sunday. So be there with us.
Who hadn't got their summit ticket? I know Hillary, you got yours.
Yes, I did.
LaShara, she's cooking, but she promised me she's cooking by the end of the month. Didn't you? Don't hide your face. And I know Victoria, this is probably like the first she's kind of heard of it, because she's still like, what, 3 days? Did you sign up 2 days? 3 days?
Like 2 days ago, yeah.
Yeah, so she's like new. And I know this is like a lot coming at you, but all for good reason.
I know, I'm trying to catch up with everything.
You will, and hey, just as long as you take it one step at a time, don't let it overwhelm you. You know, that's a choice. Have fun with it, and know that I'm still 4.5 years in, and I'm still learning stuff every day. So,
yeah.
It's exciting, but you have to be there, seriously. Me and Ashley are we're finishing up our first month of this push challenge that I know LaShara and Nadia are in with me, and we're going to be doing another one of those, but we're also doing like a Dash to Diamond training starting in February. But now for the criteria for that one, you will be required to have your summit ticket and at least Emerald status by the time we kick that off on February 1st. If not, you're more than welcome to be in the push, because this is where you're pretty much giving us, you're telling us it's okay to show you that tough love, to call you out, where we have the date, like in our challenge group, where it's like, hey, are you drinking your Shakeology? Are you doing your workout? Whatever it is. and you're sharing your PD. Well, this is the business side. Are you posting every day? Are you inviting people to join you? And when you track your business, that's when everything changes. Because if you're not growing and you're not tracking, well, then you don't know what you need to fix. So we are going to push you. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be scary at times. But even as me, I'm like, I need this. Like, seeing everybody else pushes me. Seeing y'all get excited is what lights me on fire. So thank y'all for that. And just let me know. We'll talk more about that if y'all want to be a part of that. So that is it as far as what I have for announcements. It's actually a lot. But be sure to check your Coach Break News for all that good stuff. Again, those opt-in before tomorrow for those emails come out for the Success Club trip. So, you guys, I want to take this next few minutes to really just be straightforward with you, light a freaking fire under you, I hope. It may scare you a little bit, but I just want to let you know what it is you're truly capable of. Like, it's never a matter of not knowing what to do. Is if you're willing to actually do it. Like I mentioned to you guys a week ago, the top coaches, and if y'all been on the national wake up call and stuff, you see all these new coaches busting butt right out of the gate. It's crazy at 16, but the only difference is they're doing the work. They're being willing to fail forward. I've had so many people tell me, I'm so scared, I don't want to mess up. Well, then you're going to limit yourself because you have to screw up in order to grow. It's those times where you develop strength, character, humility, and be like, you know what? Let's go at it. Round 2. All right. So I love the saying, who is it? The man who thinks he can. It's whether you can or think you can't, you're right. So if you're sitting there saying, oh, I hope I can do it, I wish, or, I think I've told y'all a couple of this lately, then you're already instilling in your head that it's okay to settle. You're already telling yourself that you doubt your abilities in order to be successful. You have to be like, whatever it takes, I'm going to do this. I know for me, there's so many things that's taken a whole lot longer than I ever wished it would have. But dang it, I refuse to freaking quit because I'm so competitive and I will do whatever it takes. That's just the fire that I have. And I want you guys to have that because when we do it together, we are so much freaking stronger. There is no I in team. I can't do this without you guys. I freaking don't want to do it without you guys. Again, like I said, y'all fuel my fire. So I need you to know that you're in this with me. And I said it on a couple of our Getting Started Right calls this week. I don't know if they're on here, but I was on a leadership training, and I know LaShara, I think, maybe listened to this training too. But you guys, you don't have to like what it is you're doing in order to love what you're doing it for. And that is the key right there. This business, being a coach, being your own boss, it's not always fun. It's not always sexy. There are times where I want to bang my head up against the wall if I have to talk to one more freaking person. I'm like, but I do it anyways because at the end of the day, I want to hold myself accountable to you guys and be the best leader that I can be, but also for my family and the goals that we have as, we prepare to grow our family. I know it's going to take that sloppy, getting ugly, messy stuff because there are always going to be days where we just do not freaking feel like it. Many a days. And I actually had this message earlier and I want to kind of share because it really is it fuels me up. It lights my fire in a good and a bad way. Because people are like, I want to have that desire and that passion that you have. Okay, then freaking show up. You have to be here. I promise you guys, there are so many days I'm like, do I have to get out of bed right now? Oh my God. I just cannot do this. I do not want to do this. But then I remember why I am here. And if you're not on these calls live as much as possible, I know life happens. If you're not attending these events that we're talking about, if you're not a part, if you're not engaging in the groups, then you are shooting yourself in the foot. Because when I can always tell when people start ghosting and ignoring my messages that they've fallen off the cliff. And I'm like, don't you, we all do it. We all have those hard times, but I'm like, let me plug back in. I'm here to help you, not to point my finger, that I want to be able to help you. But in order to do that, You have to be here and you have to engage because life gets hard, you guys. We all face failures and losses and whatever it is, but that's why we need each other. We are a team. Let us lift you up when the going gets tough. Life just sucks sometimes. It's nasty, but when we have the ability to choose who our tribe is, and that's you guys. You know, and you guys bring the best out in me, and I hope you feel the same. Like, because some people you're just like, I can't tolerate this. You know, they make you like cringe. They make you feel like they're bringing out the worst in you. But here it's the complete opposite of that. So we have to be intentional about our time and who we're allowing ourselves to be surrounded with and listen to and watch and all that good stuff. Like even on your social media, if somebody's being negative, then freaking defriend them, unfollow them. You don't need that. You have to safeguard your heart and your mind. And the same if it's a comparison trap. If you see somebody and you're like, oh, she's got it going on, freaking defriend that person because this is about you versus you. And you never know what it took them to get there. But if you're going to get in that mindset to where you're just beating yourself down, I promise you're not hurting them. You are hurting yourself. And you don't deserve that. You have to protect your mindset on that. And before I'm like rambling, this gets me on fire, you guys, because it is not about your skill set. It is not about talent. It is never about knowing what to do. It's about freaking doing it. You can show up on these calls, which again, I'm so grateful for y'all being on here live with me, but unless you do something about it, nothing else matters. There's a difference in doers and learners. You know, you can come and soak it all in, but what are you going to do with it, you know? So it's a problem of heart and passion and purpose and just leading with that. Sorry, guys. Jordan was supposed to, like, lead this call tonight, but I get so fired up. So I'm like, let me pause for a second because I see him, like, taking some notes over here. And the reason why I want him on is because he's very much good at tough love in the business perspective. And because y'all know that he was not on board with this in the beginning, and now he is. So you can see from a different perspective about that. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now.
All right. So you guys are fairly new coaches, and by new coaches, I mean within, what, a year, two, tops?
Yeah.
So you may not have your spouse's support or approval or your family's support or approval. And I can't tell you how to get that, but here's the deal. They're watching you. They're watching everything you do. They're watching you. They're watching you to see if you're going to stick it out, to see how serious you are about it, how passionate you are about it. As soon as they see your passion, your drive, that you're committed to this, they're going to start, it may not all come at once, but they're going to start eventually falling in line and seeing how they can support you. But the main thing I wanted to talk about other than that, because I know that's a big deal with some people, but like I've seen a lot of coaches come and go with Christy because, believe it or not, I go to a lot of the same events as she does. The Super Saturdays, most of the time I go to every summit. I go to every Success Club trip. Anytime we have a get-together or a gathering or a meeting or anything like that, I try to go and support her. And through that, I've met a lot of great people. And she's got a lot of coaches on the team, and honestly, they're not here anymore. So why are they not here? Why are they not still doing the Beachbody coach thing? It's not because it's not a great company. It's a great company. You get to run your own business, and in running your own business, you're your boss. You decide how much you work. You decide what your paycheck is. If you want to bust your butt, you can make a lot of money doing this. You can set yourself up for financial freedom in 5-10 years. But really, so what stops people is what I ask myself, and I like to talk to myself, and when I answer myself, I sound crazy, but fear, I found, is what stops people. And fear can come in all different ways. So if y'all want to turn your mics off or you want to type in, what are y'all scared of? What does fear look like to y'all?
Yeah, the more engagement with this, the better. So if you want to say it or if you want to type it, that would be good. Because there are so many things, you guys, whether it be rejection, the unknown, people making fun of you. There's, not being, whatever it is, share that. I promise you there's so much power in sharing that. So do it. I'm expecting it. But we'll keep talking and we'll go back to it in a minute. But before I forget, he was talking about the support. And as you know, it took us several months, but we're both very hard-headed and stubborn, and so we bumped heads a lot, but like neither one of us are back down. But look who won. Sorry, I just had to say that. But they have to see that you are serious and committed, like he said. Because guess what? If you're like me, you've started and stopped so many things in the past. You were ready for the next fling or the next fad diet or whatever it is. So I hate to say it, but they're expecting you to fail. They're expecting you to be all excited, and then a couple of days later, that excitement wears off, that momentum wears down, and guess what? That was that, So you have to stick it out, and that's where you're going to grow, and then they're going to come along because it's going to be a test of your strength and what it is that you're committed to, because it gets hard when you tap out of that warm market and you've shared with all your close friends and family and they're excited, but then guess what? Who do you have now? But I promise you, nothing ticks me off more than somebody like, oh, I have nobody to invite. Well, then guess what? You're not growing. You're not growing your followers. You're not adding new friends. You should never, ever feel like there's nobody that you can invite to, because you should be taking 20 to 30 minutes every day to grow your network.
And here's the thing. Going off that, people don't open their eyes wide enough to see what they can and can't do with their business. When you say, I don't have anybody to invite, do you realize how many people in the United States and Canada are born every day? If you add that 18 years, that's that many people every single year added into the 18 and above crowd that you can invite. Don't limit yourself to people in your area or your state or your location in the southeast or northwest, whatever, out west. Anywhere in Canada, USA, and England, you can invite them. And going back to people watching you and waiting on you and seeing what you're doing, they're watching you to see if you're going to make a mistake, if you're going to stop, if you're going to quit, if you're going to find an excuse. And I got a good joke. It's not very tasteful, so Christy probably won't let me say it on this. But if y'all come to Summit, I'll tell you the joke.
There's no telling what he's thinking of right now. Again, I'm kind of scared now.
It's good. It's good. Y'all.
Okay, so, but that's it, you guys. Like he was saying, if you're inviting people, if they say no, I promise you that no means that they are stalking you now. They are watching you. They are ready for you to fail. And guess what? If they make fun of you, if they try to bring you down, guess what? Those people are nowhere ahead of you. Those are the people at the bottom that are refusing to do the work. So guess what? They don't want you to do it either because they know they're not willing to do it. The people who are negative, they're never the people at the top. You have to be willing to give it all you got, because I promise the top of the mountain is not crowded. Come on up. Let's go together as a team. And those people, that's why this team is so important, because we're pushing each other every single day to push ourselves outside of our comfort zone, to push through those fears of rejection and whatever it is, because we're going to get rejected. Guess what? If Jesus walking on water, I'm sure people had something negative to say about that. No matter what you do, you will never, ever be able to please everybody. And so you have to realize that. So when you're constantly going and doing and giving for everyone else and putting yourself last, you're going to feel so run down. You're going to feel anxious and overwhelmed, probably even depressed. So you have to put you first, because that is essential. And when you do, the people who truly love you, they're going to follow you. They're going to support you. They're going to want to be a part of this with you. And, you have to cling hold to that. I want to read some of these fears real quick. Not being successful. Okay, do you want to go first?
No, I mean, you just got mainly just the fear of not being successful and rejection.
Rejection,
and then you got LaShara and her husband, which sounds like me from years ago. But, I mean, if you're scared of rejection, you got to get over that, because you're going to be rejected 9 times out of 10 every day. I mean, there's no way getting around it. And when people reject you and they're saying no, really look at it as them saying, you sprung it on me. I need time to process it. My defense mechanism tells me to tell you no. So really take that as not right now. Maybe 10 days down the road, 10 months down the road. But keep in touch with them. You don't have to push it on them every day. But keep in touch with them, build your relationship, become friends with them. Ask about their family, how they're doing. I mean, that's what Christie and really this company is built on, is relationships. Sales marketing is built on gaining that trust with someone that you're trying to help out. And that's what we're trying to do, is help people out. But let's see, that was rejection. What else we got?
And the thing with rejection, you guys, like, embrace that. Like, I'd rather somebody tell me no any day than freaking ignore me. I can't stand to be ignored. But like, go for no. That's why you have to be doing personal development, because if somebody is not ready, they don't want to join you yet, then guess what? Like he said, they just don't yet see the value. But be proud of yourself for reaching out, because yeah, we're in a direct sales marketing business, but we are sharing. We are giving the gift of freaking life from the inside out. If it weren't for this opportunity, no telling where I would freaking be. I overcame depression. We saved our marriage. We're able to believe in ourselves and find that confidence. And guess what? We now have the ability to share that with others. So they may or may not be willing to work for it too. But more importantly, those people aren't paying your freaking bills. This is what's helping you grow. Like, sorry, but like, screw them, if they're not going to support you. Like, like, even in the beginning, like when I first started, and you have to know that you're never alone. Like, you have this team. If you come in, you're feeling defeated, tell us so we can lift you up. That's what we're here for. And the fear of the unknown, y'all need to remember, like they said, it's false evidence appearing real. Why would you be stressing yourself over something that could go wrong and not think about what could come out of it? Like, it's all a mindset shift. Like, we have all these things that we're grateful for and thankful for. We're here. We have internet. We have clothes on our back in this cold weather. And yet we're worried about somebody telling us no, because we are trying to help them. Like, we are our only limit, you guys. We're standing in our own freaking way.
And Victoria, yours covers a broad range of things, like the fear of not being, successful in your own journey and where you are happy with yourself. So much of that is on your shoulders. All right. And Christy, she's not just saying, personal development just to check it off on her box and tell y'all every week. Like, personal development, and it comes in different forms for everyone. Like, some people will go to the Bible for personal development. Some people will go just any book you can think of, just anything that puts you in the right frame of mind to tackle a day. And on top of that, it's showing up. It's showing up every week, Monday, 7 o'clock for this. It's listening to the National Wake Up Call, Monday, 10 o'clock Central. It's doing all those things, going to every Super Saturday. It's going to Summit. It's earning your trip to Success Class. It's surrounding yourself with people that inspire you, that have the same goals and the same deal that you enjoy, the same aspirations you have. I mean, people that make you feel validated for what you're doing. That's personal development. And that's how you're going to be successful. I mean, Christy will tell you, she used to think I was the cockiest person in the world. And I wasn't. But I would walk by a mirror like, damn, I look good. And she would be like, oh, my God. But I mean. But
you know what, though? I'm so grateful for that now, because he has taught me how to truly love myself. Like, I went 24, I don't know when I started. What am I? 29, about to be 30. I've been a coach for 4.5 years. So I was like 24 when I started. You guys, my whole life, I doubted myself. Like, I felt like everybody compared me to everyone else. I was always like way bigger than my sister. Like, and I just felt like I couldn't win, so like calling him cocky and conceited and all these things was because I could not find the joy in myself. And like, anytime I saw somebody else that was like, I could tell they were happy, and like he'd look at himself and just be like, whatever. I would be like, seriously? But it was because I couldn't see it in myself. But I'm so grateful that he has taught me to love myself, because when I did that, guess what? When I first loved myself, he can then love me better. Everybody else can love me better.
That's it. I mean, nobody's going to respect you, love you.
Until you first love yourself.
Exactly.
So, and it's so hard, you guys, because this, especially as women, we compare ourselves. We're, society's mold of what we should look like or do or be. You guys, we got to get out of that. We are only robbing ourselves of our own joy and our own happiness. We deserve so much more, but it's all a mindset. And that's why it goes back to PD. And PD needs to be what you need. Me being 4 years in, and thanks for what I don't deal with insecurities and not being confident anymore myself. But you guys, as new coaches, so many people deal with this. I did for the longest, but now it's like trying to teach myself to be a better leader and growing our team. Like, that is my focus in my PD, because I want to be a good leader to you guys, and in the trenches with you, and but whatever it is that you need to focus on in believing in yourself. No support, again, from my family and friends.
Yeah.
And so you think you're not.
I mean, it depends on how you view support. Like, if you want to talk about support and the fact that does your family purchase Shakeology, drink Shakeology? No. My family doesn't. Her family doesn't. They want us to be happy. They want us to succeed. But the monetary value is not there. They're not fixing to, buy Shakeology and drink it. No. They could care less. I mean, really, they could care less. But that's not our problem. That's not their problem. We know they love us, and that's what you got to find. You know what I mean? Control the things you can control. Don't worry about stuff you can't control. You'll drive yourself crazy. Exactly. That's what I talk to her about all the time.
It is. And I actually Miranda's not on here, but I was talking to her today, and just talking about in going for no in these rejections. You can't control how people will respond to you, but what you can control is how many people you're reaching out to. And if you have these big goals and you want to reach these non-negotiable Success Club numbers and earn these free trips we're talking to, then reach out to more people. You guys, we're all busy, but yet we all have the same 24 hours in the day. So you have to choose when time is of the crunch. Don't be creating graphics or scrolling social media. Bust out those freaking invites. That is what's going to grow your business, is those behind the scenes relationship building. Like he said, that's why we say form. You talk to them about their family, their occupation, their recreation, what they do for fun, and then message. Like, that's what it is that you can help them with. That you have to ask questions. You have to let them know that you genuinely, truly care about them. And sometimes that takes time to build, but that's why you're reaching out to new people every single day. But yeah, Denise, like my families, I've always let it bother me that they don't support me, as far as investing in the products that we sell. But it fuels my freaking fire, because I'm like, I'm going to show you, dang it. I'm like, whatever.
And Victoria, if you're getting started, you just got to jump in. You just got to do it. Don't think about it. If this is what you want to do and you're passionate about it, just do it. Who cares what anybody? I couldn't give a damn what anybody thinks about what I do, ever.
He's not lying. He don't care.
I mean, I just do not care.
But it is if you're just waiting, you're gonna get in your own head, and you're only gonna limit yourself. You just have to go for it, and that's what all the biggest mentors. I've invested a lot of money into Shalene's MIA training, but you have to be willing to get messy. I can look back at posts and even messages that I've sent people oh my God, that was awful. But guess what? As we always said, if they're meant to be your tribe, they're going to join you no matter if you fall flat freaking on your face. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person or the wrong thing to the right person. Who's meant to be with you is going to be with you, but it requires work on your end. You have to show up. If you guys want to grow a team, then guess what? You have to earn their trust, okay? And that comes from showing up, being consistent every single day. I don't care if you show up on this call freaking eating donuts, you freaking show up. You know, whatever it is.
Every week.
If you're sick, if you're blowing snot into your screen and you can't work out, I don't freaking care. Show them. Yes, Denise, I see that. Jordan's drinking his too. I'm trying to be good, y'all. I didn't this weekend, so I'm trying to, like, I can make it till next weekend. I can make it till next weekend. But that's the thing. Nobody expects you to be freaking perfect. Just show up and be real. People can freaking relate to that. Who doesn't love freaking wine and pizza and donuts? Freaking talk about it. Like, people know that I love that stuff, and I'm not freaking ashamed of it. It's part of who I am, you know. So share that and share it with freaking smile on your face. Like, I don't care. Like,
and another thing, y'all utilize the Gym Fit page. Like, if you're struggling, if you don't want to invite, if you've sent out 100 invites and you've been rejected 100 times, talk about it. Come on there and talk about it. We'll slap you on the back, slap you on the butt, tell you to get back in there and do it again. I mean, that's what it's for.
It is.
It's for everybody to pick each other up. Because this is a sucky job sometimes. If all you hear is no, 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 I mean, you start getting down on yourself. And we're here to pick you up.
Yeah, we are. And it's like, nothing drives me crazy than going into the team page and just seeing Christy. I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired of seeing myself. I need to see other people.
Put some pictures of Smurfs on there or something.
I don't care. Yeah, like something humorous. I don't care. Anything. Just show up. Yeah, that's what I want to see. I don't want it to be the Christy show. Oh, get tired of seeing myself. Okay, what did Denise say? So grateful that you're yourself. I am. I'm super passionate. It is. You have to share your passion, you guys. Like, somebody told me today that was like, I just want to have your passion. Then freaking show up and do it. Show it. Give it. You know? That's what it freaking takes. Like, I have never in my 4 years of coaching ever missed a summit. I missed one Super Saturday ever because I was competing that day, and I was like, we gotta find one. We gotta freaking find one. But Alabama's so small, and we couldn't freaking find one. But like, I would like beat myself up over it. I've never missed a call except like very few. I know like one time, like I was waiting in the airplane terminal, and I stayed on as long as I could. Y'all lost my connection. Like,
we've been on calls in the Dominican Republic,
even on vacation.
Been on calls in the St. Louis. I mean.
But that's the beauty of it. We get to go and travel because of this opportunity. Like, there's nothing better than laying on the freaking beach and I'm just like inviting away. Heck to the yes. This could be you. Like, that's what it's all about. Like, I'm not stuck in a little cubicle with a headset on and some uncomfortable tight clothes. No, I'm in my workouts and my clothes and my PJs every day. Like, Jordan gets on to me. He's like, okay, it's been 4 days. You need to freaking shower. You stink. Like, you know.
She's got the Dollar General look down.
Stop. Whatever. You know, I don't care. You know, I'm here, you know, to better my family. And I love this. Like, I love being home, and I can't wait for our babies to be here, and I'm going to be present with them. You know, I'm not going to have to say, oh, can I take off work? No, because I'm in control of my time, you know? And again, we're all busy, but you have to take control of your time or it will take control of you. It will run all over you if you do not schedule in time, and you have to have work time and you have to have family time. And I'm still learning how to do this because I'm such a workaholic. I can work and work and work. George's like, it's time to put your phone down. And I have to be intentional about that because you want your family to respect this business. And the reason we do this is so that we have that freedom to be with our families and put them first. So we have to put those blinders on. And again, when you have no time, just freaking invite 10 people and be like, you know what? I can go to bed. I can lay my head down tonight because I know I did what was necessary in order to best grow my business. You know, I didn't just scroll social media or watch Manifest or whatever TV shows I'm addicted to, you know. But y'all, that show's good. But you have to work smarter. Stop beating yourself into the ground, stressing yourself, trying to do 20 things at once. But focus, put your blinders on, and just freaking do the work. Let your fire and your passion shine through. Stop beating yourself up. Stop letting these fears hold you back of what you're truly capable of. Like, as Haley Christensen says, don't be it, hit send. Like, just freaking do it. Get out of your own head and just freaking do it. Like, that's why I work out in the mornings. Because although I've been doing this 5 years, if I wait to the afternoon, heck to the no, it ain't getting done. Like, before your mind starts thinking, you just freaking do it. Like, if you have to chug some Energize in order to get hyped up to get on these calls or invite people, then freaking do it. Whatever it takes. Go for a run, do some jumping jacks, get out of your own head, and just show up and do it. Did we miss anything on the fears or anything over here? I love these. Thank y'all so much for.
I got a couple of more that nobody said anything about. And it may strike a chord with some of you. It may not. We've talked about the fear of failure, no support, the public ridicule, I think Hillary kind of hit on, and the fear of the unknown and the rejection. But the lack of confidence. Anybody struggle with lack of confidence? Why? Why? Ain't nobody gonna beat me. Nobody's better looking than me. Nobody's smarter than me. I mean, get that mindset. It's
Like, seriously, as silly as it is, and we've talked about it before, you better be doing your affirmations. Like, wake up in the morning, do what he said, look yourself in the mirror and say it out loud over and over to you. Like, I am beautiful. I am smart. I am a top coach. I will be in the million club. Like, I tell myself this stuff every single freaking day. Like, but you have to say it. And if you say it over and over and over too, you have a freaking smile on your face.
because, I mean, y'all remember when I said don't worry about things you can't control? You cannot control if people don't support you. You can't control if people reject you. You can control your confidence level, right? That's one thing you can control. So do it.
And that starts with, like, how many opportunities truly encourage you to put yourself first to be your best self? Like, until I started, well, I've always worked out, but I've always been an emotional eater. So when I stopped eating that pizza and donuts every day and just like every other day or every like 4 days maybe, like, I feel better, you guys. When I feel leaner and just I'm working towards bettering myself, I feel good, so I can then better encourage other people to take those action steps to better themselves in return. It has to start with you. Like, if you're feeling down, and like another coach told me this the other day, she was like, Shakeology is so expensive. I was like, whoa, sister, you're messing yourself up right now. Because if you doubt, first of all, yourself, but the company and the products, then guess what? People can hear that. They can feel that through your text. And if you doubt it, then they're dang sure going to doubt it.
And it's $3 to $4 for a freaking meal.
Amen.
You can't get that on a dollar menu.
And then I see people posting about going out to eat Mexican or whatever it is. I'm like, seriously? So it comes down to their seeing the value in the products, you guys. It's not, I would say 90% never really like a monetary thing, because guess what? Everybody at any second of the day has the ability to change the direction of their future. It's if they're going to work for it. Are you going to sit there and complain about having no money, having $5 in your bank account? Or are you going to freaking do something about it? You know, the choice is yours. And, you know, that's what came. When I first got started, I had to put it on a credit card, and I hated to do it. But I was like, I will make this money back in the next 2 freaking weeks. Like, and I did. Because I was so committed to that, and I said I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And I still to this day I'm like, how in the world, you know? Because my tech, like, I didn't know what I was doing. I was a complete freaking news board, like 21-day fix. Join me now, you know? Like, seriously, it was so bad, but I didn't care because I put myself out there and I got messy and I was willing to fail forward, and I'm still failing forward every freaking day.
Mexican, not Mexican.
Oh yeah, Denise and her tacos. I know how you are. But hey, yeah, it can be healthy. Donuts, not so much, but yeah, I can't help it though. When I go eat Mexican, I'm just like, give me like all the chips and salsa. It's like I can't control the portion, so you know, but it is what it is. So, all right, we've been on for 40 minutes, and I feel like I've talked enough.
All right, y'all got one job. Whenever you get off this call, go find a mirror and tell yourself how good you look. Right?
Seriously.
Y'all can do that.
And you know what's helped me, and Jordan had to, and even Shalene talks about this, because y'all know, like I said, I don't like to get fixed up, but actually this year I've been more intentional about showering, straightening my hair, putting on some makeup every now and then, because I promise you, when you feel like dressed up, you're more confident. And it's true. So I've had to, and Jordan and Shalene actually both said this too, like, it's crazy, but like if I'm like slouchy and not taking care of myself, and somebody else is they're all glitz and glamour, and we're both trying to recruit somebody, who do you think they're going to go with? Not me. You know? So that was a big eye-opener for me, and I'm like, okay, Kirsty, you need to take care of yourself. This is, you know, going back to self-care is essential, and I'm like, that's part of it. So not saying you got to be glamorous all the time. People need to see the real. You know, that's why I push it on you guys, show up in stories, because that's where you can look a hot mess express, towel on your head, I don't care, and like people are like, oh, I can relate to her. Like, it's not just like, oh, she's a fitness coach. No, that's Christy. I know her. Like, I feel like we're BFFs, you know, because you're being real and you're showing up. So,
and come to Summit, man. It's fun. It's a hoot.
I ain't taking no for no answer. Like, you guys, you have to freaking be there. And we're going to have to drink a lot of Energize or something, because we won't get sleep. But what dates are you? Okay, so the dates are July 11th to the 14th. It's Thursday through Sunday. I'm trying to decide, because I think Hillary's riding with me. Aren't you riding with us, Hillary? Okay, so I got to decide what her work schedule is, if we go Wednesday or Thursday. But the events don't start until like Thursday at 3. No. That's optional stuff, but it's not till the big opening celebration that night. But you can go to the core, you can get checked in. You want to have time for all of that, and then it goes until late Saturday night. Like, we don't finish till like sorry, our dog sounded like they were breaking the door down. Like 11 o'clock that night. So you cannot miss Saturday. That's the biggest event of it all. But Sunday, there's nothing going on. That's just travels home day. But
I probably won't be able to come in till Friday.
Well, you're not coming till Friday?
Probably not, because of my husband's work schedule and everything. So I have to figure out my plane tickets.
Yeah, look into that.
Okay.
You need to try to come You really need to try to come Thursday, though. That's huge, because guess what? You're going to be freaking walking stage on that Thursday night. What? No, I'm serious. That's when 1 stars through 4 stars are freaking recognized.
Okay.
Figure it out. Get somebody close. Get your neighbor to do whatever for a day. Watch my family, please. Whatever. It's 1 day. It's 1 day. Make it happen.
I've already put in for that Wednesday night and Thursday night too. So I'll get off work at like 7 o'clock Wednesday morning